I'm Susie McKee, and I'm here just to show you the intro class. When you come to the intro class, we're going to be talking about a couple of different things. So if you miss class, I'm going to go through heart rate training, how to do a proper squat, how to do a proper sit-up, all the things we're going to cover in class, and then when you come to camp, you'll be ready to go. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our pulse for 60 seconds. The reason you want to do that is so you know what heart rate parameters to work in. So you're going to find your pulse, and you're going to take your pulse first thing in the morning. You're going to take your pulse for 60 seconds and then write that number down. So for instance, you're probably going to get anywhere between 45 beats up to 95 beats. Try to take it 2 days in a row, Monday, maybe Tuesday mornings. When you first get up in the morning, write that number down. Let's say Monday is 50 and the next day is 54, then you want to take that average of 52. You're going to take that resting heart rate. You're going to plug it into the calculation that I sent you via email. If you did not get my email, just give me a shout and I will send you that calculation. When you have that number, you're going to take the number 220, subtract your age from 220, and then you're going to plug in that number into the resting heart rate into that calculation, and it will actually bring up all your heart rate parameters. Don't worry about trying to figure out what all that means right now. Just go ahead and print off that whole sheet, the heart rate calculation, and I'll explain that to you the first day of Fit Camp. So taking your pulse 60 seconds, plugging it into the heart rate calculations, the very first thing you want to do. Number 2 is I'm going to show you how to do a proper squat, a proper push-up, and a proper sit-up, so that when you come to Fit Camp, we're going to show you different modifications, but there's good and bad ways to do that. So let's go ahead and go through a proper squat. I've got a TRX unit that we use squats to do. So this is a TRX unit. What it does is it kind of helps you get in the right place. So when you're doing a squat, you want to basically keep your knees behind your heels. A lot of people do squats this way. So what we want to do is we want to shift our weight back. So I'm going to show you from a position standing behind you. So hold on to the TRX. You're going to shift your hips back and then come up. So a side view of that is going to be supporting your thighs, sitting back, knees over heels, coming straight up, squeezing your glutes. Just make sure when you're practicing at home in the mirror, you're not coming forward. You're sitting back. You want to hinge from the hips. So squat and engage your glutes. Try to do about 20 of those in a row. Walk in place, see how you feel. And that's a really good way to warm up and also try to get prepared for some things in class. So that's just a proper squat. All right, then we're going to come on down to a proper sit-up. So a lot of people do sit-ups with a jerking action. What I want you to think about doing is not necessarily worrying about how high you come up or how fast, but go ahead and start laying down. Keep your lower back anchored to the floor. Let your head stay in a neutral position. So what I mean by that is don't let your chin come up. Keep your lower back down. Inhale, and as you exhale, the very first thing you want to do is to push your lower back to the floor and then lift up. So just starting out in Fit Camp, you may can only come to about right here, and that's perfectly fine. So you want to work up to where you can come to here, and you can assist with your hands. If you find that you're coming up and jerking or kicking or anything like that, what we want to do is try to work where we can roll up super slow, one vertebra at a time, take a pause, and then exhale, think about one vertebra at a time coming down. So let's say you get here and you fall. Then that's pretty much going to be your sticking point. For the first couple of weeks of Fit Camp, we're going to work on coming up to that point, holding there, even though somebody next to you might be coming all the way up, then you're going to come all the way back down. So I want you to get out of the habit of doing this and trying to come up nice and slow, even if you can only come to here. Eventually, by the end of 4 weeks, you want to get to where you can come all the way up and all the way down. A really good way to strength train for that is something called a plank. And a plank is when you're on all fours. Starting out at Fit Camp, we'll start out on knees. You want to make sure your tailbone is tilted under. You're in one flat back position. Your head's in neutral. Your shoulders are down. So you can do a plank starting out here. But then we want to work up to where we have straight legs. So you never want the hips to drop. You want the hips to stay lifted and tilt under. And you want to try to work up to a minute. Now the first couple of weeks, you can only do 20, 30 seconds. So get you a timer. See how long you can stay here. Put your knees down when you need to rest. When you can't go any longer, just put your body down. And then go back and come back to that knee plank. Squeeze your cheeks and come back up. Hold. Keep your neck in line. When you feel your hips drop, that's when you know you need to stop. So that's your plank, your sit-up, And then we did a squat. Now we're going to do a push-up. So when we're practicing push-ups, I want your arms to come in a neutral position. This is tricep push-up. This is wide chest. We'll do both of those. So tricep, you want to have the hands right underneath the shoulders. And again, the same plank position. We'll start on knees. When you get a little stronger, we'll go to toes. But for now, we'll start on knees. We want to keep our neck in line with our spine. Come all the way down, and then come all the way back up. If you get down here and the hips drop, then you want to go only to where you can keep your hips in line. That may be just right here for now. By the end of 4 weeks, our goal is to go all the way down and all the way up. And the end of 8 weeks, we want to come all the way up and all the way down. Same thing for a wide chest push-up. So your hands are going to be like a field goal. So you want your elbow over your wrist and your elbow in line with your shoulder. Same thing, you want to have your body come up here to the knees. Don't let your back unload. Keep your knees here. Come down to one small low press here and then push up. So we're going to do this as many as you want to here. And then back up. So if you notice that your elbows come out, you want to have your elbows come straight over the shoulders and back up. So square on and be here. Neck in line, down, and back up. So try to do just one of those. Sit back and rest. And you want to work up to about 8 to 10. Our goal at the end of the 4-week fit camp is to have at least 8 to 10 good solid tricep push-ups on the knees, wide push-ups on the knees, 20 squats, and be able to roll all the way up on a sit-up by the end of 4 weeks. So doing those 4 exercises, as many as you can, with a day of rest in between, will really get you strong for fit camp, or we'll be doing those during fit camp. So cardio training, heart rate training, proper squat, proper sit-up, proper push-up, proper tricep push-up. Those are going to be the 5 basic things that are going to get you in shape without having any weight, any hand weights. You can do all that at home. And then I'll remind you to try to make sure you attend the grocery store tour. Those are different dates each time. In January, it's January the 16th. And we also have our healthy recipe share every Saturday. So again, if you have any questions, email me or go to the website, live-well-fit. Click on the class schedule tab, and that will usually bring up anything that's going on that week. So good luck taking your heart rate. Again, if you have any questions, just give me a shout. See you soon.